Welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in our final episode 6 in the series on hormones. We're going to talk about reversing and maintenance. So again, what a great buzzword, something that I was involved in kind of helping the industry understand more than 15 years ago. But you had mentioned earlier in an episode that when you're reversing, people sometimes misconstrue that as I can add calories, get up to maintenance and keep my body composition the same. I'm going to have abs. I'm going to be shredded all year. And that's not it. It's you still have to get up to your metabolic set point or slightly above, but you can't stay there forever. The goal is just to keep you from rebounding into 20 or 30 pounds of unwanted body fat. And now you have nowhere to go for your off season. Now you're already a place where you're hating life and you have to drop back down to maintenance or lower. We want to keep you in an energy surplus for a longer period of time. But how you get there and what reverse dieting really means does have a little bit of a continuum or even controversy between experts. So, every once in a while when we're talking about Eric Helms' contribution to the whole concept, I'm open and saying I kind of disagree with him on a couple points, but I got to hear his perspective last night and there's not as much disagreement as I thought there was. So I'll let you jump in and tell us how to reverse diet properly, Coach Atkinson.
Yeah. So, for me and my clients, when we're reverse dieting, we do want to keep weight gain minimal. You are going to have weight gain from glycogen storage and storing water in the muscle tissue. But I look for their weight to not go up as much as we raise calories. So if somebody gains, 2 pounds in 1 week, we're probably not going to raise their macros anymore. But what we find is as they stick to that intake, their weight doesn't go up anymore. We make our next move. Well, then eventually we hit a point where when we move calories up, weight is going to go up no matter what. Like you said, getting past that metabolic set point, essentially. So what we don't want to do is just keep raising food up. There's all kinds of reasons that happens. A lot of times you're just not even driving that glucose into the muscle tissue anymore because those muscle tissues are completely saturated with carbs, and there's no other place for them to go other than find the fat cell. So this would be where we finally find that maintenance point post reverse dieting.
Mm-hmm. And again, the goal is to get to that place where you are safely, healthily, and comfortably in an off-season state. So obviously we don't want you to gain body fat you don't want to gain, but to be anabolic and to be above that metabolic set point threshold, it does take being comfortable at least with that particular look and status. So I have an IFBB Pro client who, is just very health conscious in general anyway, even if she wasn't, competing. But, it's really hard to see those pounds come on and to start losing those striations. And here we are 2-3 months past, her contest season. She's up maybe 8-9 pounds and you almost still see glute striations. And so she's like, got to do cardio. And I'm like, no, we still have to, we still have room. We have to build that caloric base so that you do have a full tank metabolically so that we are regaining, lost lean body mass and have the chance to gain, new strength and fullness. It's the whole concept of reverse dieting is just not to go into a massive binge and then you've kind of blown it for the entire contest season where now you have to be stuck at a maintenance level, or even, a lot of people will start dieting. It's like 2 weeks after the contest, they feel like they have to diet just to get back down to a reasonable weight. And that's a lot of lost time and opportunity.
Yeah. One thing that I like to point out here too, is everyone's, maintenance phase is going to be different. What's most important to that person. So somebody like your IFBB Pro client, we probably are going to keep slightly on the leaner side because it sounds like that ultimately makes her very happy. I know, my client, Michelle, I think she does your daily chats, but she loves, going out, having some drinks with her husband, relaxing a little bit. She also does have the physical side that she wants to keep in check. So we're always maybe mitigating things a little bit more on that upper end because, she'll go out and have some fun, maybe have a little regret because she doesn't look the way she wants to. And then we can sometimes make some changes, or we just say, hey, this will naturally take care of itself. So finding that balance and what's important to you at the height end of the off season, I think that's totally okay. On the other end, my old training partner, Seth, he just loved to eat food, and he would get really big in the off season, but it was never really a problem for him because he could take it off every year. So I would say those are three different parallels there that are interesting to see.
Yeah, it's all a continuum. And like you said, you got to do what makes you happy and factor that in. I'll end with this. I said that we have a little bit of a rivalry, a friendly rivalry, Eric and I. And, he would say that as almost his diet recovery process, we got to get your body comp up rapidly. Like after the contest, like let's get you up here and then level off. And again, it's not unwanted body fat. It's not binging. It's just let's make a big enough increase so we can get your body fat up to that metabolic set point, because otherwise you're just going to feel awful. Again, it's another contextual nuance that most of my clients have gone through a metabolic building phase of food increase before the contest. So they're already at maintenance levels of food at the contest. They're not hungry. They're not bingy. And so I don't have to zoom back up because they feel great. They're already getting stronger. And so we can be a little bit more incremental. So I don't disagree with Eric. It just depends on the context. And I just think that you still have to be on guard against gaining too fast and gaining what you might not want.
Yeah, I would say obviously I agree with you because that's kind of the camp, I was mentored under, but I find that one thing that really makes my pros become pros is their diligence, not only in the in season, but their diligence in the off season as well.
Yeah. Well, guys, hey, we don't ever try and sell you anything on this. This is just great information. But I have repeatedly mentioned the Nutrition Coaching Global Mastermind and the fact that I did this, our monthly mastermind with Eric Helms last night. If you are not aware, we have done this for a couple of years. Our board of directors includes people like Dr. Gabrielle Fondero, Dr. Corey Probst, Dr. Jennifer Sauter, world record holding powerlifters, bodybuilders, Paul Ravella, Brian St. Pierre, who's the nutrition manager for Precision Nutrition, Eric Trexler. So that's something that for just $10 a month, you can be a part of hearing us interview some of the greatest voices in the industry. And they're all cataloged. It's a great place where we get together every single month and we talk about these things. So I know Adam and I give you tons of free information, but if you ever, want that little inner circle voice for coaches, that is definitely a place to check out. But Adam, as always, thanks. We've got some great things to accomplish yet with Contest Prep U, but just trying to increase everybody's threshold for contentment and progress in their own journeys.
Thank you.
All right, man. So we'll see you guys next time in Contest Prep University.